Hey guys, Sophia here. When I say I have a bad sense of direction, I really mean it. Let me take you back to a few months ago to when I tried out Oober for the first time. Being a senior, I had to get my senior picture for the yearbook taken at this shop that was quite a bit away from the high school, which was honestly really dumb in my opinion because it would be much more practical to just have the pictures taken at the high school. Either way, I had to take it at this place, and I was scheduled on a weekday after school, but I missed my appointment because my family had a sudden trip to Disneyland, so I had to reschedule it for later. I called the shop up and they were like, yeah, the only appointments available right now are Tuesday and Wednesday. And I realized both were during school hours. I settled for one because it didn't matter either way, but unfortunately I couldn't get a ride. So what did I have to do? I had to try out Oober. The worst mistake of my life. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. I'm pretty sure I tried out Oober once before, but it was with my friend and I didn't have to figure out the app or anything. I was pretty anxious about it for a couple days before the senior photo, mostly just because I have a wild imagination and I was basically planning out the worst case scenario where I got murdered or something. Spoiler alert, I'm alive and well. So the day finally arrived and I went through my classes like any other day. My appointment started around my last period, but I decided to leave early around lunch because I'm aware we're about time. And it's a good thing I did leave early. If I hadn't, I totally would have been late to the appointment. I played around with the app a little bit the day before, but I was kind of nervous when I was actually trying to get a ride. I entered the address of the place and had to wander around because Uber told me I was in the wrong spot. I was confused because I remember checking the price the night before and seeing it be a lot cheaper. I didn't think much of it though. The guy picked me up and was like, "Ew, are you Sophia? Hop in." And I got in and was a bit nervous, but he wasn't super creepy or anything. I was fidgeting around with my phone and constantly checking the app, just watching the map move as we got closer to the destination. And that was when I realized I put in the wrong address!
Sophia, you're so stupid.
Oh shush! I was stressed out! What happened was that I went to the school website where the addresses were, and I copied the wrong address. I was freaking out, and I tried to get the driver's attention, but he was on a phone call with his friend. So I was trying to find the right time to butt in and tell him we were going the wrong way, but he kept on talking with his friend, and I felt awkward for interrupting their call. I sat there for a few good minutes until I finally got the nerve to interrupt him. Excuse me? I think we're going the wrong way, I managed to say. So he looks at me with a puzzled look, and I explained that it's my first time using Uber, and I entered the wrong address in, and he was so nice about it. He dropped me off, and I apologized a bunch of times, but he was totally understanding about it. He just told me to be more careful in the future. We tried arranging it so that he could bring me to the right location, but the app was stupid and I couldn't ride with him again. He wished me luck and drove off, and I just stared at my phone screen, letting the amount of money I just lost for no good reason sink in. Then I looked around and realized I was on a random street that I had never been on. It was scary. I was somewhere totally unfamiliar and I felt super lost. I had to settle for another Uber driver, which was really frustrating since I just paid the other dude money. Uber told me I had to go to this certain place again, but I started walking one direction and then it would tell me to go the other way. So I turned around and started heading that way, but then boom, they tell me to turn around again. I was so pissed, and I was walking up and down this hill at least 5 times. And I was getting stressed out again because the app told me I'd be charged more if I didn't meet the driver, but I didn't know where they were. Eventually, a black car that was downhill shouted my name, and I found them. I got in the car and sat there awkwardly. The woman driver was really nice though, and I didn't have any problems getting to their photo store. I even got to do my appointment early since I was waiting there. The most annoying part about this was that it probably didn't take more than 5 minutes for the photographer to take pictures. And then after I tried getting another Uber, but none of them were around, so I had to wait forever to be picked up. Okay, that was also an exaggeration. I didn't get home until way later, and I was totally exhausted. So yeah, that was my story about Ubering. I would prefer to never do that again, but I most likely will have to since I don't drive. Well, I'm working on it, okay? Honestly, I wish we just had self-driving cars by now because that would be so useful. It's 2018, man. Can't we have some cheap self-driving cars? Thanks for watching, guys. As always, I am Sophia, and I'll see you in the future. Hopefully.